Hello, World of Tank Blitzers, and hopefully a few future mumrads out there. I'm Littlefinger, sharing a little more knowledge with you guys today. This time I'm talking about the T-46, which is a Russian light tank here at Tier 3. You can see it in my garage, which currently looks like winter 2016. So anyway, let's take a look quickly at the tech tree and where this tank will take you. You can see it down here at the bottom of the screen. T-46 takes you to the T-28 and the KV-1, which branches out into a must-play line. In my opinion, these Russian tanks are super fun to drive, great armor, pretty good guns. You're just going to really enjoy these tanks. You can see that by the number that I have currently in my garage, and currently working on the IS-4 as well. So let's take a look at some of the characteristics of this tank. You can see here, maneuverability is its strong suit by far. 370 hit points. Hull armor there at 22, turret armor at 30, which is actually best in class, actually tied with several other tanks. 15 tons, engine horsepower there at 360, and a speed limit of 58 kilometers per hour, which is above average for this tier. It does come with 3 choices of guns. Right now I have mounted the 76mm L10. You can see here it has some very nice penetration values and also a very high damage, but the downside is your rate of fire at 4.6. Now, the gun that I would recommend running on this is the 37mm SH-37. Comes with 6 shells in a magazine. And when you look at the fact that it does about 40 damage and you're getting about 30 rounds per minute, that gives you a damage per minute just shy of 1200, whereas the L10 is right about 730. So big difference there in the guns. You'll see most players running with that gun. So setup, consumables, repair kit, multi-purpose restoration, and with this L10 I am running adrenaline. You will not be able to run that with the autoloader, so you could choose potentially the power boost or fire extinguisher med kit if that's what you want to do. Provisions, I'm currently running all 3, although I don't think it's necessary. I would recommend the protective kit though. Ammunition, just running about 2-to-1 here on the AP to heat, and of course keeping a nice number of HE rounds as well. Equipment, I'm running the gun rammer, the enhanced gun lane drive, and vents. So let's take a look at some gameplay. Okay guys, first game here on Fort Despair. Top tier, I am running with the L10 gun at the moment. One of the things that I do like to do, and you can see here, is I'm kind of making myself a little nest of trees, knocking these trees down in a fashion that they are going to give full coverage to the base area. If anyone runs up to the base there, I am screened by those the trees that I've knocked down. And this is kind of a strategy. It kind of helps me to be a little bit more cautious at the start of these games. A lot of times I like to just push up way too far. I get myself into bad situations, like a 1-on-3 situation or something like that, because the rest of the team has held back. So in this game, I'm just deciding to try to be a little bit more cautious at the start. Conserve my hit points for the end of the game. And you can see there that first shot I took hit one of the cars, And you can see here I'm lining up the second shot, and it hits the back of the cruiser, the dead cruiser there. So right now I am 0 for 2 in my shots, which is not good when you've got a gun that takes about 15 seconds to reload. So get a nice shot into the S35 there, and just playing this really cautious. That BT is running across the screen. I would really love to get a shot into the backside of him using HE, but again, I miss. So now I am 1 for 4 on my shots. You can see there I did bounce a shot. Turret has fairly good armor. Feeling a little bad that I let that martyr out there all by himself without any protection, but you know, like I said, I was just trying to be conservative. Now I'm trying to lead that guy, and he runs into the wall and stops, and I miss again. So I am having a bad game right now. And you can see the team has quickly dropped off, and it's down to 6 on 2 with one of those guys being AFK. So essentially I am alone here, 1 on 6. And one of the things I like to do with these guys that really haven't learned to turn their tank as well as their turret at the same time is to try to circle them as much as possible. And then also when you think they're going to shoot, just go ahead and change direction, and oftentimes you can get them to miss like that. So now I am running for cover, and kind of got tracked there and wasn't expecting that, and threw my timing off and totally missed that shot on the cruiser. So gonna go ahead and back up and let myself reload, and you can see there he bounces a couple shots and kind of even the situation here a little bit with him. And I think maybe with him taking that much damage all at once, he's played it conservative, which is going to be his downfall. T2 medium shows himself by shooting at me. So I'll go ahead and finish him off. The Valentine there comes in and misses. So he's on a long reload. He's just trying to get behind this rock. But I have reloaded and I can take him out. So now it's just down to 2 on 1. And one of those is definitely a one shot. So I'm going to go ahead and wait to reload, and I'm going to take some chances here and get rid of the Chini, I think that's what it was, and do take a little bit of punishment for it. He gets 4 shots into me, and I'm down to just under 100 hit points. Now I could switch over to HE, and if I get a good roll I can do about 200 in damage. But I'm afraid that I'll get a low roll, hit a track or something, so I'm going to leave it on AP here, and basically just playing a little hide and seek behind these the wall and waiting for myself to reload. Switch over to HE because all I want is a little bit of damage, no bounces, and finish it off. So basically a 6 on 1 situation there, all because I conserved my hit points. And you know, also, like I like to teach you guys, stay behind hard cover whenever possible. Now, just shy of 1,000 damage, and that was a level 1. Not sure what it takes to get a mastery in this, but a lot of good players do play this tank because it is an absolute keeper in your garage. So do not sell this tank as you move up. You'll want to come back and play it because it is fun to play. So anyway, how about another game? Alright, second game here is on mine. It's top tier. You can see, looking at my tank, I have switched over to the 37mm SH-37 gun. Gonna go ahead and push the hill. If I can get out of the way of my teammates that seem to be going left. Check to see if they've come up the hill. They have not, so I'm going to continue to push. See if we can't get some spots. Look through in the bushes here. Gonna go ahead and push a little bit further. And there's one. And there's the rest of them. Yep, that should be good enough for a scout medal for sure. So anyway, now we need to figure out how to attack, and of course the M2 medium blocks my retreat, which is a big no-no in the game. So I'm just going to show them what it's like. And so now the guys that flank left have exposed themselves, so 2 guys go off chasing them. So I'm going to go ahead and get between these 2 rocks here, and you can see here with this gun, 178 damage, no problem, as long as you're at close range, and penetration really isn't a problem with this gun. But you're not always going to get every single shot in the magazine to hit its target, so you don't quite do the full DPM damage that you would like with this gun. But this gun is much more suited for up-close brawling, and you can see here the 170 hit points. Managed to set the PZ2 on fire there and get him taken out with one full set of shots. So now we have kind of taken care of the outside of the map, and we can work our way back in. You can see here that I am always trying to stay behind hard cover. They've got 3 guys left. I can see 3 guys on the map, so I know I don't have anyone else to worry about. They're all in front of me. Go ahead and get some good shots in, and he's gonna push up, and I'm reloading, and instead of just waiting there for who knows how long it would have taken for someone to come back into view, I'm gonna go ahead and push and be useful to the team. And you can see here, get the kill, still have enough, 3 shots left to get a couple in on the cruiser. He was the last one standing. Get another reload in here, but he's taken out before I can finish him off. So 4 kills, fairly mobile on that, and just trying to contain the situation, watching the maps. And sure enough, that was scout medal, 900 damage, 23 shots penetrated. So this, as I said, is a fun tank and a keeper. The next game here is on Rockfield, and you can see we are bottom tier. Got some heavies, not sure which way they'll want to go. The team heads off immediately to the left. One of them goes off into the middle there, not sure why. And they've gone straight to the base. So I'm going to pull around here and see if we can't spot who's in the base. There he is. And we'll just go ahead and get some shots in there. Fortunately, my shot went in last. I did get my driver killed in the process, but not moving at the moment, so I'm not going to go ahead and repair it. Need to move now, so repair that. And we are going to push around here to the left after taking out this T-46. Now the M2 does have fairly decent armor in the front, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get to the back side of him using my speed and maneuverability. And we finish him off fairly quickly, and we can put a couple shells into the Covenanter, and of course he gets a shot in and damages my engine again, but don't have any way of repairing it just yet. And so now we're on the hunt for the last red. And there he is, hiding in the corner. And he's going to take a pounding here. So again, very good maneuverability with this tank. Good damage per minute. 1,000 damage there. Just a fun tank to drive. So the last game I'm going to highlight here is on Castillo. We are bottom tier, and I am platooning with Tank Heat. Off we go. Looks like everyone is going to go left. So I was going to go up, but my platoon partner has pushed off to the left, so I want to stay close to him. But at this point, I'm thinking they're coming this way, and I'm going to be cautious and wait for them to expose themselves. You can see here I'm keeping close to the ridgeline. And Tank Heat has pushed down there and gotten spots. Now he's going to try to push up to the building, knowing that he's got cover behind him. And I'm just waiting for them to come up and unloading shots into them. He takes some punishment there, but he's able to take the medium out. And here comes the Luscious, gets a good ram in, and I get a few shots into him, but not quite enough there. I bounced a couple, so I'm going to switch over to APCR. I'm trying to keep my platoon mate alive here and get a good few shots in there, but it's just not enough to keep him alive. So we'll switch back to AP. And Tank Heat has sacrificed himself, but we are in a great situation, 6-on-2 here. And you know, this is what I want to stress with this is my positioning in this. There wasn't anybody that could have shot me from where I was at. They were focused on Tank Heat. And so that allows me here with a full health, 370 hit points, just to come in and clean up. And, you know, this goes back to that first battle. Really just, you got to save your hit points to the end of the games. Don't rush out. Don't get spotted early. Don't take unnecessary damage. And allow the maneuverability of this tank to carry at the end. So anyway, guys, I'm going to say this is a keeper. Don't sell this tank. Hold on to it. Come back and play it often. It's super fun. With that, stay safe out there, guys. Have fun. Get educated, not fingered. Littlefinger